Hello good people of YouTube, Mountbatten here with my second impressions video of the Tier 8 French Premium battleship, Gascogne. And here we are in a Tier 10 game. I spawned on the western side of, I believe this map is it's Mountain Range. I was spawned on the western side of the map, and my plan was, well, I was waiting to see what the team had to say, but they didn't really have much to say. So my plan was to go into those islands over by A, hang around there, and then shift to the east as need be, but as you'll see, it doesn't really go to plan. But let's talk about the ship while I get moving. So in my first impressions video, I said that this ship is too squishy for Tier 8, especially a Tier 8 Premium. Let me clarify that a little bit more. It's a little squishy for my playstyle. I play very much in the front with my battleship. The only time I really hang back is if I'm in Yamato, simply because it doesn't have the speed and its sides are so brittle. But it's squishy for my gameplay, and it is squishy in general, but you can get away with it. You can get away with it just fine, as you'll see here. You'll get a good example of how squishy it is in a minute. But it's just too squishy for my playstyle, and you know, if it's a Tier 7, you know, that would be okay because you don't see Tier 10 ships, but you do see Tier 10 ships in this ship, which is a problem because there is a significant difference between a Tier 8 and a Tier 10 ship. But it's not that it's not that it's a bad ship. It's that its competition is so much better, and by competition I mean the other two Tier 8 premiums, the Alabama and the Tirpitz. I mean, the Alabama's the Alabama. We all know how borderline OP that thing is. And the Tirpitz, it's a Bismarck with torpedoes, and Bismarck's a solid ship, so is the Tirpitz. Unless you have a carrier on the enemy team with some AP bombs, then all the Germans become paper mache. So you can spend almost $60 on the Gascogne, an Alabama, or a Tirpitz. Now with my gameplay, the Alabama or Tirpitz would be my choice over this ship. But that being said, it does have secondaries that rival the Tirpitz. It does have speed and maneuverability that is better than the Alabama, but in order for it to have all that, something had to be given up, and that was its armor. It's got 32mm all the way around. And the strange thing is, I find that this ship would fit in the tech line better than the Richelieu would. I'm sorry, the Richelieu. Better than the Richelieu would. I mean, it just would flow so much better. I mean, the Tier 10 is just a roided up version of this, and the Richelieu is just kind of chilling there like, I'm the only two turrets for the superstructure ship in this tech line. I don't know, strange. I wonder if they switched those two around for some reason. I mean, it would even make sense because the Richelieu is just a roided up Dunkirk, so it makes sense if it would be a premium ship because it's just roided up Dunkirk. But anyway, back to the game. As you can see, their ships didn't really go toward A or B, and well, they went toward B and C. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna start heading over there now. I just fired, and as you see here, my detection radius is about to go back down, and I'm still detected, so there is a destroyer hanging around somewhere. Now, like I said in my Republic video, the Republic's not good for shotgunning destroyers because it only has one turret in the front and back, and shotgunning destroyers means you use your front two turrets and just kinda guesstimate where the destroyer is going to be at, and you fire, just hope something hits. Both the Gascogne and the Republic are not very good at that because they only have one turret in the front, and you have to expose your broadside to get two turrets on them. Up, and see, I knew those were coming because of that smoke screen, and look, there she blows. My secondaries start working that destroyer over, and the secondaries on this ship are quite good. They are on par, if not above, the Germans. But I have to say, I find myself setting less fires with these secondaries than with the German secondaries. I do believe that you have a lower chance of fire. There's some more torpedoes, and there's some more torpedoes. The guy completely misjudged where I was going to be at. I have popped the speed boost to mess with his torpedo guesstimations anyway. Alright, that destroyer is down. That was a Benson, and there is a Leningrad. And look at him go, boy. That's a fast ship. Look at my secondaries go, and look how few of them are hitting. I do have the secondary module to increase the accuracy on this ship, but I mean, it's secondaries. They're not going to be extremely accurate unless you have manual fire, which I do not. And there's a Colorado there, so I'm in a bit of a situation. Colorado's got 16-inch guns. The armor on the Gascogne is thin as it is, so I don't want to, you know, show this much of my side to the Colorado like I already am. But there's a Leningrad in there, and he's got torpedoes, so I'm just hoping the Colorado ignores me until he goes behind that island. This is Leningrad again, getting detected and whatnot in the smoke. And I launched a salvo at the Colorado. I don't think that hit though. One of them hit, and I think it did a fair amount of damage. Up there's the Leningrad running away. So now I get my bow pointed over toward him. Well, I was, but I was also expecting him to have fire torpedoes when he was exiting the smoke, but he didn't. So I just keep on trucking in the direction I'm going. Yeah, if he would have fired torpedoes, they should have been close to me by now. Oh, there he is again. Get my secondaries, get a couple more shots off on him. Alright, now I'm using his smoke against his team, but the second I get into it, it starts to vanish. Boy, my luck. Alright, here's another thing it shows a pretty big problem with the Gascogne, not only the Gascogne but the Republic. It's that when you're playing high tier, you know, tier 8+, you're going to get into a lot of bow tanking situations, which the ships can bow tank. They have 32mm bow armor, but they only have one turret in the front. And yeah, on the Republic you do have that sweet 20-second reload, but still, your firepower is halved, and the Gascogne has a 27-second reload. Don't get me wrong, that's still fast. It's just, you know, you only have one turret in your front, you'll have your firepower sitting in the back doing nothing, and they are out of secondary range most of the time. It's and then when you're bow tanking, your front turret's going to be taking hits left and right. So if that turret gets disabled, that's all your firepower gone. So that's another drawback to the ship. Get a pretty good walloping from that Missouri. Now here I start to back up because they are starting to push in a little bit, and I don't want to be the lead ship sticking out, especially in a tier 8 and a tier 10 game. And my secondaries are lighting them up pretty good. Lining up that destroyer. I check, see what members of my teams are with me. He goes invisible. There's a lion just sitting there. He's not even moving. I try to line up I'm trying to get my thing to lock onto him, but he disappears just as it does. So now I slam it into full ahead because I'm like, I just noticed that we literally only sunk 2 of their ships, and they've already sunk 5 of ours. So I'm like, oh, this is pretty much a lost game at this point because the team's all just sitting here. So I'm like, all right, we gotta charge in. And this is what I mean by the ship's too squishy for my playstyle. I like playing the Germans a lot because they're really tanky, and you can get away with just charging at half the enemy team like I'm about to do here. That being said though, just wait a second before you comment how I shouldn't be charging at half of the enemy team. There is the Gneisenau. Just take a pot shot at him. Neptune starts charging with me. Thanks, buddy. You're the real MVP. Gneisenau starts giving me his broadside. My secondaries are going to work. Turn my bow toward that Missouri, Iowa, whatever ship it is. And look at that broadside, and I give the Neptune a little love tap. I'm like, alright, well maybe this won't hit, but it's in the same spot again. I apologize to him in chat. We're both tearing up that Gneisenau now. Alright. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 ships detected in front of me. That's just the detected ones. There I am apologizing to him in chat. There's a cruiser over there. Again, I'm watching this in shotcut, so I can't really see it too well because of the resolution. What is that, Baltimore? I think that's an American flag on it. Whatever, I hit it and I just do some overpins. Still checking to make sure my bow is faced toward those 2 battleships. I get shot by, oh look, it's another Iowa or Missouri. Can't really tell when they use the same camo. Anyway, he is broadside to me, so I start lining up my turrets and let them fly. Now keep in mind, I started this charge with I think around 20,000 damage. Alright, get a Citadel on him. I got 2 Citadels on him. And they are largely ignoring me for some reason. Oh, nope, they're paying attention now. There he is again, he's stuck, still broadside onto me. Another salvo fly. Get another Citadel, he's dead. Secondaries are still just going to town. 2 fire started, I shut that down real quick. There's another cruiser. Or is that the same one from before? I think it's the same one from before. Baltimore or whatever. Baltimore, New Orleans, one of those American cruisers. I can see the American flag at least. And ooh, some more Citadels.
Enemy heavily damaged.
Now that Iowa is in full reverse mode. Repair is about to come off cooldown. I'm planning on ramming that Iowa to take another ship out of off their team. But there's a Lion right there, and ooh, Lion's got a big broadside, and I get sunk. Look at that, over 100,000 damage in about, what was that, a minute? Yeah, and I'm still getting damaged because of the fires. So, as you can probably guess, we lose this match, and with my suicidal bonsai charge, I did wind up at the top of the leaderboard, and I believe I earned over 1,000 base XP. But I mean, I do have premium, and it was a premium ship, so probably around 900 or close to 1,000. But so yeah, overall, it's kind of infuriating because I don't know what's been going on. But I've just words are hard. I've just been getting absolute potato teams the past ever since Monday. It's just been potato, 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 which has been making it very hard to get any good footage. Because this ship does depend upon the team. You need a good team with this ship, especially in the destroyer department for spotting and whatnot. But that being said, as you just saw, it can stand out on its own quite nicely. It's just annoying that I can't get any like awesome footage like that, and then we win because of potato teams. I don't know. I think matchmaking has it out for me. But I mean, that's just the nature of tiered, right? You're gonna get up tiered probably 2 out of every 3 matches. So, second thoughts on the ship? Yeah, it's a good ship. It's you shouldn't avoid it, but like right now it's on sale. I would recommend getting. If you're gonna get it right now while it's on sale, so you can get that sweet discount. But still, my personal recommendation would be the and oh, I thought my audio crashed. It did not. But still, my personal recommendation would be either the Alabama or the Tirpitz, just because they fit my playstyle better. But it's not a bad ship. It's not like the Roma. I forgot about the Roma, that other Tier 8 battleship. The Roma, you should avoid the Roma. Don't spend money on the Roma. It's not like that. It's like, as far as my favorite Tier 8 premiums go, it's Tirpitz, Alabama, Gascogne, and then like several other ships I haven't even played yet, just because I know they're better, and then all the way at the bottom there's Roma. Not hating on the ship itself, just hating that wargaming made it so made that dispersion so terrible. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like the video, drop a like, comment, and if you've been watching me for a while, or if you just feel like subscribing, it'd be nice if you subscribed. And I will catch y'all in the next one.